I am absolutely convinced that there was a common plan and common purpose with Vote Leave, Be Leave, the DUP, and Veterans for Britain. All of these companies somehow, for some reason, all decided to use Aggregate IQ as their primary service provider when Aggregate IQ did not have any public presence, no media, no website. The only way that you could find them on the internet is if you went to SCL's website and called up SCL Canada, right? So first question that I have is, why is it that all of a sudden this company that has never worked on anything but Cambridge Analytica projects, that had no public presence, somehow became the primary service provider to all of these supposedly independent and different campaign groups, firstly. And secondly, what I've provided to the Electoral Commission is 3 binders of evidence about this high, of emails, documents, invoices, chat logs, activity logs, system logs, screen caps, of conversations that were happening inside of Vote Leave, in particular with reference to the Be Leave project, which was the single largest expenditure of Vote Leave, went to Be Leave. And when you look at the accumulation of evidence, I think it would be completely unreasonable to come to any other conclusion that this must be coordination, this must be a common purpose plan. When I went to Aggregate IQ's office, because I was, after BuzzFeed released their first article on Isn't It Bizarre That a Fashion Student who was 22 received, £625,000 in the last 2 weeks of the referendum, and isn't it weird that this Canadian company that no one's ever heard of received 40% of Leave spending? And having introduced Darren and Shamir to Vote Leave and having set up this company, I was genuinely concerned that that something unlawful happened. I mean, it doesn't pass the smell test. And when I went and actually spoke to Aggregate IQ, who were very, very pleased with themselves as how that project went, understandably they won. But I asked them. I said, "Well, can you show me actually what it is that you were doing? What was your secret? How did you And he's how did you win? What did you do?" And they conceded to me, and this is a verbatim quote, which and I stand by. I remember Jeff Sylvester telling me this. It was, quote, totally illegal. But they found it amusing because you have to remember that this is a company that has gone around the world and undermined democratic institutions in all kinds of countries, right? They could care less as to whether or not their work is compliant because they like to win. And when I asked them, okay, show me some of the work that you've done, I asked them, did you silo the data? Did you silo your advertising? If you're doing programmatic advertising, if you don't silo your programs into different campaigns, the results of one campaign will influence the results of the other campaign. And they said, absolutely not. It was all just one common ad program, which means that Aggregate IQ was just used as a proxy money laundering vehicle, right? What Dom Cummings did is he went around and found places that he could just launder money through to give it to AIQ so that they could overspend. And that is my genuinely held belief. And for me, it makes me so angry because a lot of people supported Leave because they believe in the application of British law and British sovereignty, and to irrevocably alter the constitutional settlement of this country on fraud is a mutilation of the constitutional settlement of this country. And you cannot call yourself a leaver, you cannot call yourself somebody who believes in British law and win by breaking British law in order to achieve that goal.